Imagine standing in a museum, expecting to smell the sweet rot of decay. Instead, you catch a faint, woody sweetness that feels ancient yet alive. That isn't a trick of the air. It is the preserved breath of kings and queens from 3,000 years ago. Today, we reveal how scientists turn the scent itself into a forensic tool, unlocking the secret recipes of mummification without ever touching the remains. This discovery changes everything about what we know about ancient chemistry and proves that even after death, life keeps whispering its story through our noses. For decades, museum curators believed that any smell coming from an Egyptian mummy was simply decay. They assumed the stench of rotting flesh was the only chemical signature left behind by millennia. But a team at the University of Bristol found out they were completely wrong. They realized that what we perceive as the museum scent is actually a lingering echo of the embalming process itself. The oils, waxes, resins, and even bitumen used to preserve the body don't just disappear. They rise into the air as volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. These molecules are naturally light and spread easily through the air, hitting your nostrils with their unique signatures long after the body has been still for thousands of years. By analyzing the air surrounding tiny mummy fragments using advanced solid-phase microextraction techniques, researchers could capture these ghostly scents without dissolving or damaging a single sample. It was like listening to a radio signal broadcast 3,000 years ago, where the station was the embalming lab, and the frequency was the scent of cedarwood, myrrh, and frankincense. The breakthrough wasn't just about noticing a smell. It was about decoding what that smell told us about history. When the team analyzed the volatile compounds released from ancient remains, they didn't find random chemicals. They found specific patterns that revealed how mummification practices evolved over more than 2 millennia. The scent profile acts as a fingerprint of the era in which the body was prepared. For instance, early periods might show higher concentrations of simple resins like pine or cedar, while later periods show complex mixtures including spicy notes from clove and sweet aromas from specific tree gums. This non-destructive route into embalming chemistry allows us to trace the trade routes of ancient Egypt with incredible precision. If you can smell a certain type of resin in the air around a mummy from the New Kingdom, you know that the spices were being imported via the Red Sea trade rather than grown locally. It turns out that the air inside a museum cabinet is actually an archaeological archive, holding the molecular history of commerce and religion right next to your face. You might wonder how these molecules survive for 3,000 years without breaking down into nothingness. The answer lies in the chemistry of the burial environment itself. The air surrounding a mummy is often saturated with the very substances used to create it, creating a stable equilibrium where the scent remains constant over time. Unlike organic matter that decomposes rapidly upon exposure to oxygen and bacteria, these aromatic compounds are locked within the porous structure of the wrappings or absorbed into the bitumen seals. They rise readily from their source because they are volatile, meaning they have low boiling points and vaporize easily at room temperature. This is why standing close to an Egyptian mummy feels different. You aren't smelling a corpse. You are smelling the chemical echo of ancient rituals. The woody, spicy, and sweet notes described by researchers are not random. They represent a specific cocktail of botanicals chosen for their preservative properties and religious significance. Understanding this chemistry helps us visualize the sensory experience of the ancients in a way that text alone cannot achieve. So what does this mean for us today? It means we can study ancient civilizations without risking further damage to fragile artifacts, which is crucial as climate change threatens museums globally. By analyzing air samples instead of physical tissue, scientists can create a database of scent profiles that map the evolution of Egyptian culture from the Old Kingdom to the Ptolemaic era. We now know that the smell of death is largely a modern misconception. The reality was a controlled, aromatic environment designed to honor the deceased and protect them for the afterlife. This technique opens doors for other fields too, such as forensic archaeology, where we might detect traces of spices or oils from crime scenes in old structures without excavation. In essence, we have learned that death is not silent. It leaves a scent trail that can be read if you know how to listen. The air around an ancient mummy holds the secrets of its creation, proving that the past is far more vibrant than we ever imagined. This discovery shows us that science and history are deeply intertwined, waiting for us to find the right key to unlock them. If you found this revelation as fascinating as I did, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden stories of our world. Drop a comment below telling me which ancient civilization you think has the most mysterious scent profile. Let's keep exploring together.